Well, I visit San Juan Capistrano. I think it's pronounced that way, Capistrano. Capistrano was born in the Italic Peninsula. We don't call him an Italian because you have to understand that the Italians are no Italians. The Italians are Lombardos and Visigoth and Goth and all these tribes. And as time goes on, they went from Romans to all kind of kingdoms. You know, that's what we call Dutch, the Dutch of Milan, or the Dutch of Venetia. Then, as time goes on, it was acquired by the Kingdom of Spain. The Kingdom of Spain. Remember, the Kingdom of Spain are actually Germans. If you are a German and your grandmama spoke German, guess what? You can call yourself a Hispanic in the United States of America, because that is what they call you people out here. So that is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the craziness in identity that we are acquiring. After my visit to San Juan Capistrano, I was seeking for the connections in between the misiones in the American continent, and the changing and the creation of conditions for the United States of America to expand, to expand into all these territories that today we call New Mexico, and we call Georgia, and we call Louisiana, and so on. We call them the Midwest and the West. And the reason it's called the Midwest, because all these territories were the end of the United States of America during the time of the construction of these misiones. So I went up there and see if I can learn something on my own. I do not like to repeat what somebody else has wrote down on a piece of paper, on a book. I like to go out there and say it myself. It's my hobby. And as I walk the land and look at the mountains and look at these rivers and so on, and the building itself, I saw a sign, you know. So I was trying to connect 1774 to 1776, the American continent, and what was happening with the English people. They were colonized or utilized by the oligarchy in the 14 colonies in the in the American continent. And I see this sign, and this sign, it was a really blue sign, really big, enormous, on the building. The building, it was built in 1776, and it said, let me see if I can read it because it's so long. It say this. Let me read it to you. Well, what I do, I just show it. I just show it to you, and I just edit this. Homefront America, Field of Honor at Misión San Juan de Capistrano. Now this is the top of the sign. Well, you see it. Homefront America, Field of Honor. Well, analyze what I just read. You have to really analyze what you read. I mean, symbols, communication, right? And on this building, Homefront America, Field of Honor. Well, let me see if there's any honor in this sign. Because the sign say honor in America, and this building is not in America. This building is in the United States of America. So right there is a telltale sign that they are being conditioning you. The local the local government is conditioning you right now. If you live in Capristano, in San Juan Capristano, a place of historical fact and the beginning of the United States of America, and basically the change in the world, modern world that we have today, and they telling you that you are an American, that is for a reason, is to conditioning you, is to taking away from you your roots. You are no longer a Spaniard. You are no longer a local native. You are no longer a true person from the American continent. You are something else. You are no longer a United States of America national. You are something else. You are no longer part of a community. No. The field of honor and home front. Well, whose home? Which front? What are they talking about? This is a sign. This is advertising. This is just utilizing sounds and symbols to condition you. So it says, join us on May 26th and May 31st. From May 26th to May 21st. Free admission to veterans, active militaries, and first responders. First responders. Well, back in the day, my father was a policeman and he was a judge. And I remember when I was very young, getting on the back of the desk or the platform where my father was the judge on, and try to peek at the population that he was speaking to, and he called himself or called to everyone, we are judging you. And the policeman, and the fireman, he utilized completely different terms to point out the rank and the place in the society of these people. And right now, that is what they're doing. That is why you see all this problem with police, and you see all this problem happening in our country, because they're dividing us. It's no longer a policeman. It's no longer that term being utilized. It's no longer a fireman. That term's being utilized. No, now it's first responders. So as you see, they change the sound, they change the symbol, they change your identity, because people utilize identity, like I am a policeman, I am a fireman. So that is the key. The key is that they are trying to take that from you. You are no longer identifying yourself as I am a policeman or I am a fireman. They telling you that you are a first responder, and you respond by somebody telling you to respond to something and another. So you can no longer cohesively unite, and that is the key. They are trying to divide us. We are no longer part of a society, of a group, of a community, and we are no longer a citizen policeman, a citizen soldier, a citizen fireman, and most of the fire departments are actually a volunteer fire department, and it's been that way for since the Roman Empire. And you see the utilization of sounds and signs to break us apart. And this sign is on the wall of a building that was put there to advance civilization. So now we went from advancing civilization to trying to destroy civilization. Let's keep reading this. celebrating our veterans and servicemen and women, nearly 400 American flags. American flags. I mean, that should be illegal, calling our flag the flag that so many people die for creating it. The flag they they guide us into battles and fights and so on. And these battles, you can say they were illegal and they were wrong and whatever you want to say, but the people who carry that flag, they believe it. They believe that they were carrying the United States of America flag. And now these people in San Juan Capistrano is telling you that your flag is no longer your flag. Your flag is American flag. It's a flag for America. And America is, who knows what America is. Because even the president of the United States of America don't call himself United States of America national. He calls himself American. And the Congress of the United States of America, you see all these congressmen lying to you and having all kinds of sexual issues, exploiting 17-year-old girls in Bahamas or whatever. And then you have to the point, you have this conditioning, this destruction of our identity, the United States of America identity in our leadership, to the point that the person who spoke for a private party named the Republican political private party against the private Democratic Party was a man telling you that the United States of America is not racist, and he is an American, and he's an American, and he is black, and he is black. That is how crazy we have gotten in the United States of America and the government of the United States of America. Our leadership is conditioned, and it's conditioned by the Europeans. The Europeans call us Americans, colonials. We to them we are Americans, colonials, and that is why they call us Americans. And if you accept it, that you are an American, and if you accept and allow someone to put a sign on a building built in 1776, the very year where we fought a war of independence, to create a flag named the United States of America flag, and we allow them to change that name, that little term, that will be the end of us, because we are allowed them to change their name of our country. We allowed them for us to forget that we fought a war of independence against England, and now they want to make us English. So analyze what I am saying. All these posting, all these signs in buildings, and all these signs on museums, you must pay attention to them. Because the reality is, back in 1776, 1820s, 1865, 1903, and today, we are a nation of people from all over the world. That is our culture. Our culture is not a singularity. We have representative of the entire planet, and some say outside the planet, in the United States of America and the American continent. There is no difference of the population makeup in cultures in Havana, Cuba, or Medellin, Colombia, or Mexico City. There is in the District of Columbia in the United States of America. So pay attention to those symbols. Pay attention when they try to disrupt your symbology. For example, I'm going to give an example on the speech of Biden. Everyone, the industrialists was trying to confuse you symbols. So they start talking about what was by Nancy Pelosi. What is that silver thing up there on top of the desk in Nancy Pelosi during the speech? For the first time, two women together on that podium. And everybody was so into what is that silver pluma. It's a place to put a pluma, and this is called a pluma, over the desk of the Speaker of the House. But they did not tell you about the facets. And that is the real symbol. What was on top of the desk was not a symbol. It was just a pluma, a place that you take something to write with, make notes. But the symbols, the flag of the United States of America, is protected by two facets and an águila. Go out there and find out what it means, because that means that you are a Roman, part of the Roman nation. And that is what our symbols say. And they want to change those symbols for you. They want to make you color. They want to make you something that you're not. Our founding fathers were Romans, were Europeans. And not only that, they did not try to exterminate the native population. In 1776, in San Juan Capistrano, they did not build that church to kill. The opposite, they built that church to teach, to promote and to protect humans. Keep eye on that and pay attention to your symbols. Saludos.